Now, whenever something like this happens, authorities have the same response. By now, we know it by heart. I can close my eyes and tell you what they are going to say. They condemn the incident, they say the accused has been arrested, and they promise to make the streets safer for women. That's what every police officer and politician assures us of. It's absolutely no different in Maharashtra. Our reporter went to Maharashtra's Chief Minister Eknath Shinde earlier in the day today. He dismissed the incident as a one-off case. Frankly, it was almost like a half-hearted response to such a serious issue. Take a listen.
महिला सुरक्षा का जो सवाल है वो हमेशा सरफेस हो रहा है. हम क्या कर रहे हैं उसको.
महिला इस राज्य में, मुंबई में आप देखते हो रास्ते पे कितनी देर रात को भी लोग घूमते हैं. यहाँ पूरी तरह सुरक्षित है इसलिए तो घूम रहे हैं. ये ऐसा केस हुआ है लेकिन ऐसा होना नहीं चाहिए. दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है.
अब क्या है? Now, what the Chief Minister said is something we hear a lot, that Mumbai is a safe city for women. But let's put that claim to test. Does data support the safe Mumbai tag? In the last decade, 10 years, rape cases in Mumbai have shot up by 235%. Molestation cases are up 172%. The city records more than one offense against women every 2 hours. Let me repeat that. Mumbai records more than one offense against women every 2 hours. In the last year, more than 5,500 such cases were reported in Mumbai. Another report found that Mumbai is the second most unsafe city for women. Delhi accounts for 32% of all crimes against women, while Mumbai made up 12.7%. If you look at the state as a whole, Maharashtra, it's the same story. Maharashtra ranks third when it comes to crime against women. Uttar Pradesh tops the list. Rajasthan is second. So clearly Mumbai and Maharashtra have a problem. Maybe years ago, sometime in the past, it was a safe city for women, but the current data does not support this claim. So the government cannot give itself a clean chit by saying that the state is safe, because the government's own data does not support this claim. And like all problems, the first step to solving it is admitting that there is a problem in the first place, something that the Chief Minister of Maharashtra is clearly unwilling to do. Earlier today, I'd spoken to Shiv Sena MP Priyanka Chaturvedi. She comes from the city of Mumbai. I'd asked her about the Chief Minister's response. This is what she said.
Him to just pass it off by saying, oh, it is unfortunate and our police services will look after it. This is not how sensitive, how you should be expressing your outrage over it. You have to be more sensitive to an issue such as this. We are shaming not just the city, we are shaming the state, we are shaming the nation, and we are sending out a very wrong message to all the women who are looking at traveling to the state and actually questioning whether it is as safe as Mumbai is meant to be or said to be.
What are the citizens of Mumbai saying? I'm going straight across to Shrushti, who is joining us on the broadcast. Shrushti, the city you're reporting from is a city that most parents consider safe enough for their daughters to go study in, to live in hostels, to work, to live alone. But the data doesn't support that. And what has happened with this young Korean vlogger doesn't at all support that safe tag that Mumbai has, as far as perception is concerned. What are women telling you today after what has happened to this young woman?
Yes, definitely, Shreya. This is very shocking what has happened in Khar. The young YouTuber was harassed. Let me just tell you one thing, that Mumbai crime branch puts out the data every now and then. Every month they give the number of registered cases, and number of registered cases from January to October in terms of molestation is more than 1900, and rape cases are more than 800. So we can see that number speaks volume when it comes to molestation or rape. This is a serious situation, but when we talk to CM, as we have shown the interview, CM didn't respond the way he should have. Remember, we talked to CM earlier also in Aurangabad case, but he has given us the same response, that strict actions will be taken. But how does this boils down? every time such situation comes up, we report extensively on it. But where is the safety of women in Mumbai is still a question for everybody. Today, I'm joined with few girls from hostel. Let's try and talk to them. Hello, thank you for joining us. आपका नाम बताइए.
काजल ब्राह्मणकर.
आप बता रहे थे हमें आपके साथ एक इंसिडेंट हुआ है. क्या कहना चाहेगी? आपको सेफ लगता है मुंबई में?
एक्चुअली नॉट ओनली मुंबई बट आई थिंक हर जगह ये हो रहा है आजकल. मुंबई को हाईलाइट करने में मतलब मुंबई तो है ही बट ऑल ओवर चल रहा है. छोटे छोटे जगह पे अगर आप बाजार जाओ, यू गो एनीवेयर जस्ट टू बाय, फॉर एग्जांपल आई जस्ट गिव यू अ स्मॉल एग्जांपल. मैं गई थी दूध लेने. नॉर्मली आई सैट ऑन माई व्हीकल एंड अ रैंडम गाय केम एंड ही आस्क्ड मी टू टेल मी द एड्रेस. So I took his phone and I didn't know that he's drunk or what. I was like कि मैं help कर दूँगी address बता के. तो I told him the address and then he started giving me random looks. Then I shouted at him. Luckily I was in crowd. So he मतलब लोगों ने देखा तो luckily my mom was also there. So she came and asked what happened. And then he sat on his bicycle and he went away. But this is the incident I'm telling you. It is happening on very small stage, not only at a very big level. But I think
it made you uncomfortable.
Yeah. But I think instead of उनको सुधारने से अच्छा you make girls capable to shout and उनको उनके protection के लिए they should come and stand up. That is the point.
Thank you. Hi, hello. Thank you for joining us. You were telling us about your personal experience while commuting in Mumbai. What you want to tell?
Yeah, actually the scene which happened yesterday or day before yesterday, it's like very socially and morally very unacceptable. And it happens on very regular basis. It's like normal है. People are like, ये ऐसा होना तो normal है, but it's not normal at all. आप ऐसा नहीं कर सकते. मतलब बिल्कुल नहीं. जो मेरे साथ हुआ था, it was like 8:30 or 9, not very night also. I was going to CST station in a taxi. I sat in this taxi. I told him take me to CST station, and we went for like a few minutes away, and he was like, tell me your number. You could call me when you come back. I'll pick you up. And he was like, literally, it was an indirect catcalling. It's not acceptable. Like, you can't just randomly, मतलब लड़की छेड़ना is not very, ये.
I can get. Thank you for joining us. So, as you have heard, Shreya, these are the voices of young women who stays in Mumbai and lives their life and try to be independent, try
Not
to make
just
their
Mumbai,
careers
actually, Shrishti. Shrishti, it's not just Mumbai, unfortunately or fortunately. It's everywhere in this country that, you form some form of harassment or the other on India's roads. Saina NC is spokesperson of the BJP. She's a Mumbai girl. She's joining us on the broadcast. Mr. PK Jain, former additional ADGP of Maharashtra. Flora Seni is an actress. And Lalita Kumaramangalam is a former chief of the NCW. Saina NC, this has happened in your city. I will not blame governments because government kisi ki bhi ho, roads in India continue to be unsafe for its women, and not just for its own women, even more so for women who are traveling from outside India.
At the outset, let me please say, Shreya, as a Mumbaikar, I think we all owe an apology not just to this blogger, but to every woman who is molested or harassed or chased or even eve-teased. These are the incidents that are narrated by people who travel by bus, who travel by train, and who travel in cities and even in rural India. It's about a male misogynistic mindset, a mindset where you have the male counterpart pretty much believing they can just get away with murder and nothing will happen. But not so in this particular case. I think what we need to do is collectively ostracize. The police have identified the accused as Mobin Chand Mohammad Sheikh and Mohammad Naqib Ansari, and both have been booked for molesting the influencer under section 354 IPC at the Khar police station where the FIR was lodged. Is this enough? No. Is this sufficient? No. But is this a start? Yes, because as they say, there should be Kanun ka khauf. With this also, when we talk about the, the girl versus boy debate, which seems to be a stereotypical chat where you have the male counterpart exerting his pressure and believing he can get away with it, I think the time has come for us to introspect too. Maybe we need to have a campaign like we have Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, Bete ko sikhao, Bete ko samjhao. This needs to be a pan-India campaign. And let me please say, Shreya, this is not about competitive numbers of which city is safer and which is not. Obviously, administration is going to do its job. The police has done so. The political will is there. But the mindset that we see of these male misogynistic perverts has to be with their upbringing, and it has to be a campaign that we do not just put blinkers on and always blame why was she out late at night, what was she doing, what was she wearing. All this needs to be done away and jumped. You never hear of a girl molesting a boy.
I appreciate your sentiment.
You never hear of a girl molesting a boy.
I appreciate your
and
sentiment.
pulling him and kissing
But the fact
him
is, look at
pieces
how your chief
and
minister
the
has
bystander
responded.
Just watching.
I appreciate
Look,
the sentiment
the
you are
Chief
expressing on
Minister
television
has
right
said-
now, Shaina. But
I just-
have you? The Chief
I just
Minister
want to
has
say two
had.
things.
It's
Please
almost
don't
like
make this a
अच्छा
political
सवाल
event.
पूछा, we will answer
Shreya,
it, but it was a
the police have arrested
half-hearted,
these two perverts.
answer, not interested.
Shreya, the police have arrested both these Mobin Mohammed and Mohammed Ansari. Both of them will not be released, and there needs to be, with social ostracization, the fear of law. I'm sure that there is going to be ample evidence to teach them a lesson, but for others to take cue that these times have changed. Under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, his emphasis has always been that women should be not just literate, secure and economically empowered, but they should have the safety to the best. And today in Mumbai city, the fact that we are even seeing this footage is because of the CCTV cameras. This is also an incentive which has been given to the citizens to also partake when it comes to perpetrators of crime.
It
But
is
the
because of
larger
the fact that
talk
she was
is
live streaming,
about this
Shaina.
male
Shaina, it's because she was
misogynistic
live
mindset.
streaming. Shaina, it's not because there were CCTVs
Also,
there that we are
the
seeing these
fact
pictures.
is
It's
that
because
Mumbai is far safer than it used to be. Look, I'm not going to for 1 minute absolve. I'm
The
ashamed
numbers
as
tell
a
us
Mumbaiker
otherwise.
when I see this footage. I'm ashamed as an Indian citizen to
The
see a
numbers tell us
counter-Indian
otherwise.
citizen defame
Yeah.
India. And I'm proud of this blogger to say that she does not judge India by this one incident. But having said that, there are lacunas in the system which we need to deliberate and discuss.
Okay, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much. Let me hear from some more women before I go to my other guests. I'm going to go across to my colleague Neha. She's in Bangalore. She's reporting from Bangalore, and she has some women with her as well. Neha, it's over to you.
Yes, absolutely, Shreya. In fact, while earlier you were mentioning that Mumbai happens to be the safest city, or so the people of Mumbai, believe, unfortunate incident there coming to light. I'm going to take this question straight now to someone who stayed in Bangalore and someone, who's also a psychologist who preaches about the good touch and bad touch to children and, to young adults today. First of all, I'd like to ask you, as a woman today in Bangalore or in India as a whole, you said, you've traveled, of course. How safe do you feel?
Firstly, good evening, everybody. And it's a very sad situation to eye on, such a parasitically pathetic behavior, what we have watched recently. Regarding in terms of safety for women, I feel Bangalore is pretty safe because I'm absolutely, I appreciate what Bangalore cops are doing for women here. So comparatively, I find Bangalore really safe, whether be it educational institutions or college or workplace, gymming areas, parks, everything.
Okay. Now, one quick question I'd like to take from you. Whenever an incident of this kind is reported, the only response that we, seek from the administration, be it the police or the government, is what action was taken. It's like they mention that, the accused was arrested and it's over, but the crimes really don't come down. Do you think enough is being done to actually make the city safer for women?
As of for now, whatever has been done is still, I feel, is not in terms of, enough what you can say for women. You can go little more steps ahead and, just this way, please go ahead, ask people. It's just not about streets, it's about houses. What is the behavior every woman faces at home? And, domestic violence is something which is cropping up a lot in the city, and a lot of sexual abuse. As a behavioral analyst, as a psychologist, author of my book, Beyond Case History, I have acknowledged a lot of women facing a lot of domestic violence, especially in Bangalore. So I would love if anybody comes up, volunteers that.
Okay.
So that is needed.
Yeah. Thank you. Hi, I'd like to take a question from you as well. You've stayed in Bangalore. Just one quick question, before I let you go. I want to understand from you, if there's one thing you had to ask from the government today for women's safety, what would that be? Very quickly.
Actually, there is so much of cases which is going on now currently, because even it is responsible for equal citizen for us also. We have to take up the initiative to inform someone who is nearby. So, and if we have to take up, like we have the police corps also, we have all the rights also to do, and they are providing us more and more safety for the women and all. So we have all the rights to take up those also. And this is one point I would like to have. They should take the initiative and they have to move on to take anything.
Thank you. Shreya, of course, while the collective responsibility lies on all of us, as a society, even in that case in Mumbai, we saw how there were several passers-by. It was a busy area, but despite that, no one who really even stopped by to speak to the victim over there and understand, let alone come to her help.
Okay, Neha, we'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much. We've heard voices from Mumbai. We've heard voices from Bangalore as well. Important to hear those. PK Jain is a former additional ADGP of Maharashtra with us. Flora Saini is an actress. And Lalita Kumaramangalam is a former chief of the NCW. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. I know you joined us at the top of 8, but it was important to hear from the young vlogger herself and from what women across India are saying and feeling about what has happened to this young girl and what possibly happens to many of them, Flora, every day of their lives. You've been, you've been working in Mumbai, you've been living in Mumbai. What does this incident tell you? This is a young girl. She has come to India. She's traveled many countries. And just randomly, these two guys come, harass her. Just look at this man, pulling her away, then trying to kiss her. I mean, I feel scared on her behalf.
Complete shocker. And I just want to start by saying that eve teasing, if you were to define it, it is just sexual harassment in a public place. The entire Me Too movement was about sexual harassment at a workplace, but this is sexual harassment at a public place. What does it include? Verbal, catcalling, calling, whistling and all of that. Physical, you touch someone, you pinch someone, and gestures. That's what the whole eve teasing, the definition of eve teasing. But I just want to say that I think it's time that what Mayuchi did, it is such a lesson for girls to learn that the simplest thing that every girl has in her hand is her phone. Right? We need to make this more of a social media movement, because if she didn't have a phone, if she wasn't live, probably she would have gone back home, not reported it, thinking, oh, I don't want to get into trouble. A lot of us, we get catcalls, or you get eve teased on the road, but you choose to ignore it. You don't want to get into problems. But I think the need of the hour is the same thing that I think during the Me Too movement, what we were told, ki, Arey, how can you should have recorded, what proof do you have? So I think eve teasing can be curtailed or stopped if only, these eve teasers, they want attention. So let's just give it to them. Let's just make them famous. I want to applaud the Mumbai police that without a complaint being registered, they took action. That is simply amazing. So I think the one thing that I'm taking from this is that anytime you're in trouble, use your phone. And if there are people around you, this is for all of them also. If you see somebody in trouble, just use your phone. If you don't want to get into their mess, just use your phone, record it, and make these Eve teasers famous, because it is not this one random act. I mean, look at their bravado of, trying to hold her, pull her, kiss her. And I'm sure it's not the first time. It is those little um, things they would have done that led to this. And it is what probably led to Nirbhaya case. So these are future rapists. You got to teach our girls, your phone is your biggest tool. Use it well. Social media, this should be a social media movement. And yes, you need to call these perverts out, because you need to save all the other women that exist.
And you need to, every time something like this happens, you need to go and report it. Most of us will not report it because Flora is absolutely right. We'll think kitna bada jhanjat hai. In any case, the police is not going to do anything. Mr. PK Jain, पुलिस का खौफ है या नहीं है इस देश में?
देखिए मैम,
How did these two men think they could get away with doing what they did?
No. See, the crime is as old as the society is. Number one, the administration's response will not be any different, what the CM said or what the CP said. Eventually, an incident takes place, a crime takes place. It is detected, the accused are arrested, they are taken before the courts, they face the law. And the case is taken to its logical consequences over a period of time, which has been done in this case also. The quick action, even without a complaint by the concerned lady, was taken by the police, and I think it's a fairly good, they've exonerated themselves as far as the action is concerned. Now, coming to Mumbai, whether Mumbai is a safe place or not, I would like to only cite certain examples. You have quoted figures. Figures can be quoted both ways. If there's a suppression of crime, if you suppress the crime and the figures are kept low, would you think it would do any good to the society or to the community? It will not. The number one. Number two, the people today have become much more demanding as compared to people in the earlier days. So if the crime has gone up, if the crime is shooting up, I think it's a good sign in the sense that people are at least coming forward to report a case. And when a case is reported, what is more important is not the registration of cases. What is more important is in how many % of cases action was taken, arrests were made, the case was charge sheeted, and how many convictions took place. That should be the criteria, not the numbers per se. So I think Mumbai police is doing a fairly good job.
But this is a bailable offense. But this is a bailable offense. These two gentlemen will walk out, maze se. I'm saying this is a bailable. This is a bailable offense.
No,
They will walk out, maze se.
This is a non-bailable offense, ma'am.
In 1 week.
This is
after the media stops talking about this case.
I know that. See, you cannot, for an offense like this, even for a case of rape, the courts let a person out on bail, where the Supreme Court has laid down the law saying that bail and not jail should be the cardinal principle of courts. So there's always emphasis on bail. So they will come out eventually. Now the only thing is how the police can keep a watch on them, how they can be bound over under section 107, 151 of the CRPC is something to be seen. I think the police has taken action. They should have taken action in the police station itself. I would personally, if you ask me, the people should be taught a lesson, and a hard lesson, so that 100 people around take a lesson that they should not behave like this. And this echo should be heard in the society. I'm sure the police would have taken and done their job. And I'm very confident. I stay in this city in Mumbai, and I'm very confident that the Mumbai is a very safe place. My wife, my children, they all go out late in the evening. Also, they go out to parties and all that. So, but there's never been a problem. Sporadic cases or cases like this, which happen once in a while, cannot define a city. If the cases take place, action should be taken.
I put out the data. I have no intention of besmirching the good name of Mumbai, but I have put out data for our women, for our women and for our viewers as well, to tell them that there is a problem in Mumbai. The
just give me 1 minute, ma'am. Just 1 minute.
Mumbai is the second most unsafe city in this country for women after Delhi. So the data is telling us there is a problem. You are saying that is because it has gone up. I understand, and you are saying that may be a good thing. But Lalita Kumaramangala.
It is only because of high reporting of cases. It is because
I understand that. I think you've made that point. I'm opening. Okay, I understand that. I'm opening up our phone lines. Our phone lines are open, and I know that a lot of A lot of callers are calling us. Let me start with Mumbai. Lalita ji, before I'm coming to you. Renu Bora, you're calling us from Mumbai. Please go ahead.
Yes, I'm calling from Mumbai. See, this is for us Indians, it is Atithi Devo Bhava. We are giving a very wrong example to all the foreigners, for especially the women. And this incident has happened in Khar area, which is a prime locality. It's supposed to be one of the safest areas. In prime locality, a foreigner is being, molested and everybody is watching. Okay, the boys are wrong, but what about the other people who aren't they helping her? There are rickshaws going, auto walas going, car going. Nobody's helping her. It's very, very wrong. People can't do this. If this happens to somebody, an Indian in abroad, there will be such a big UN cry. Mumbai has not become safe. We need to please protect our women. There is a Shraddha case happening. There is this happening, that happening. Women, Indian women are respected Prime Minister says Indian women like goddesses. They are our mothers. So what is happening to the mothers and the daughters? This and that also to a foreigner. Today that foreigner Korean girl is very sweet. She says, no, I yet love India and I'm going with positive memories. That is her greatness. But if in the bottom of the heart, if anybody tells her you went to India, she thinks it's not going to be a nice country. It's not a safe country for women. Please don't spoil us. Our chief minister needs to act and put those guys, whoever they are, and have a proper rule so that it doesn't happen again. Forget foreigners, even to we women in Mumbai. That is a prime locality Khar, If that can happen here, then what happens to the other remote areas? Meera Road, Bhayandar, Dombivali, I wonder what is happening. So please, the minister, everybody needs to act. Please act on the women.
Okay, thank you very much. We have a caller from Bangalore. Krishnendu is calling us. Krishnendu, please go ahead.
Thank you so much for the call. This is very shameful. But now what? We want to witness punishment for these miscreants. They have put an entire nation to shame. And this should be stopped. This should be made clear to every such miscreant that these actions will not go unpunished. Severe punishment should be sentenced to put the fear of consequences. Now, Ms. Park, being an influencer, live streamed the entire thing and hence immediately assisted. But these molestations unfortunately go unnoticed, unattended. And for that, we need a very strong quorum, at least in the ministry, to especially track such emergency complaints and sentence punishment with a stipulated time. We cannot let go of an incident as such, and we should collectively ostracize the molester. Now, the thing is, we still only remember the infamous teasing of an Aaj Tak reporter live on television in Delhi in 2012, just after the horrific Nirbhaya case. And it is 2022. The question we need to ask ourselves as a nation, have we changed? Thank you.
Have we changed after Nirbhaya, Lalita Kumaramangalam? We haven't. We thought here is that inflection point. Iske baad sab badal jayega. We have a stronger law. There is so much outpouring. There's a recognition of the problem. Sab theek ho jayega. By the looks of it, things are only getting worse. And the caller from Bombay was absolutely right, Lalita Kumaramangalam. I mean, this young lady can say on television very sweetly that I still love India, I'm taking back good memories. Yeah. But tell me honestly, if a friend asks her, should I go to India or not, what will her real advice be?
She probably will say, be very careful if you're going to India, and I wouldn't have blamed her for it. She has been very decent in her responses to the questions you asked. But let me take off from where Mr. Jain, Shaina, and Flora, the points they made. First, I think that, when Shaina said, bete ko padhao, I don't think it's just enough for the beta to be padhao. Parivar ko bhi padhana padega aur samaj ko bhi. Most of us are guilty of allowing such perpetrators to get away with it by saying, "Arey wo bachpana hai, arey wo chota ladka hai," always making excuses for this sort of horrible patriarchy that still is rampant in our country. And what Flora said is quite right. Today's bulliers may well be tomorrow's rapists. So when we let them off, we're actually almost teaching them that, "Bach jaoge, koi baat nahi. After all, it's only a woman." Women are afraid to report crime, with all due respect to Mr. Jain, because I have worked with literally thousands of domestic violence women who've been affected by DV. And I have seen the response they often get in the police station. Maybe police are overworked, we need more police. Maybe police just need better training. And this is not just in Mumbai or Delhi. This is even in Chennai, in Bangalore, in Orissa. I've seen it. I have seen it in Gujarat, all over the country, in short. I don't think it is just about, an individual blame. It's also about the system. The system itself needs to now stop and take stock of itself. And let me say this categorically, regardless of creed, gender, caste, which state you're from, what language you speak, etc., anybody who tries to say that the girls must be taught not to dress, not to go out late at night, blah, blah, are actually perpetuating this system. And just the other day, I think I was also on your show where we were speaking about the unfair, the timings, the curfew that has been put on girls in a university of all states, Kerala, which is supposed to be the highest educated state and very liberal, etc. And what did we see? That everything was always only about the curfews are on the girls. This is why the employment rate amongst women is so low in this country even today. It's 13%, which is ridiculous. This is also why education, a lot of parents don't want to send their girls to colleges outside of their
to put out another set of
it really
information.
affects the future of this
I just want to put out another set of information before I come back to you.
We really need to all take stock and play our part in it.
I don't know, this mindset change I've been hearing since 2012. I don't know when this mindset change is going to happen, Lalita ji. But while this incident in Mumbai is horrifying enough, it's not the first time that foreign travelers have been harassed and assaulted in this country. Let me recount some of the other ones that have happened. In 2017, we had an Irish woman who was raped and murdered in Goa. She had come to India to take part in holy celebrations, but that trip ended fatally for her. All of us remember that. In 2016, an Israeli woman was gang raped by two men in Manali. They had offered her a lift, but ended up assaulting her and raping her. Then in 2015, a German woman was raped by an auto driver in Delhi. He first offered to help her, but later assaulted her and then raped the 19-year-old. I could give you dozens of cases like these from all over India. In 2021, more than 150 cases were registered in crimes against foreigners. So what happened in Mumbai is not a one-off incident. It is indicative of a larger problem in our society. One, the never-ending scourge of misogyny that emboldens these men to openly molest and grope women in a public space. And two, the undertones of discrimination in our attitude to foreign tourists, especially those from East and Southeast Asian countries. For a country that hopes to be a tourism powerhouse, this isn't just unacceptable, this is shameful. Flora, while we are talking about this young lady from Korea, I also want to speak a bit about, I don't have too much time, but about what people from, especially girls from the Northeast, go through in North India. I know they prefer a place like Bangalore to a place like Delhi because they feel that they get harassed and harangued and molested and targeted sexually because of the way they look. These are Indian citizens called Chinkies and Chinese.
I just want to say that, this is again a form of abuse. That is what abuse is all about. When we were talking about the Shraddha case, now we're talking again. The abuse pattern, it only consists of the physical, the verbal, the mental. So I think every time a bully, like you rightly said, it is a bully attitude which we need to put a curb to. We need to teach our women to be more, it is an day and age where social media is so powerful. And I just want that girls should understand the power of social media and know how to use it and know that there's many good people in the world and there's such amazing channels who would like to, address these issues. But it's just a matter of it coming out. And, I know these people are sidelined, they are picked on, but I feel an issue like eve teasing is something that women all over the world, no matter which religion, no matter which country, no matter what, it is a global issue which everyone is dealing with. And instead of making it a very, selective issue, I really think we should look at it from bigger, broader mindset and know that this is a global issue that needs to be addressed.
Flora,
And
the danger in what you're saying is this. The danger in what you're saying is this in my mind, that not everyone will be in a position to take a video. And you know, the conversations that I've had in the last couple of weeks with women who have gone through harassment on the streets is that it's only after you take a video and you put it on social media and it goes viral that the police starts taking it seriously. I've heard this from so many women that is this how the police is? If I go to the police without a video, the police should be listening to me as seriously as they do to someone whose video has gone viral. Unfortunately, that's not what is happening. Let me quickly get in a caller. I'm out of time, but Chandar Rajgopal is calling us from Bangalore. He's been waiting for a while. Chandar, please go ahead. Please make it brief, though.
Good. Yeah, I'll make it very brief. I think the primary reason for this whole episode happening, there was a time when Mumbai was had a pride of the women walking safely, and today it's reached to a city like Mumbai. The primary factor is the deep rot that has set in on the pillars of democracy, right from all political parties without exception, and therefore followed by the law and the judiciary. Every establishment, the rot has perpetuated very deep there. Secondly, out of box thinking is the social media, which is a boon, has also been become a toy in the hands of the misconstrued youth, which is what is emboldening them to do this. These are the two primary reasons. One could talk on for hours, but I guess that these are the two reasons I see for the rot setting in the society. And therefore, it's very sad that we are turning to this kind of a situation, and we need to pull back very fast. It starts right from the top. I would say it starts right from the top. People have to start changing right from the top.
We leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much. A lot needs to change. People keep saying mindsets need to change. How long does it take for mindsets to change? Ladies and gentlemen on the panel, Mr. Jain, Shaina, NC, Flora and Ms. Mangalam, thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. It was so important to see you on this show and hear all of you on this show. And I think all of us feeling extremely apologetic to what has happened to this young Korean lady in our country. As I said, this is not India, and I hope this is not the impression she's taking away of India. We leave it there for the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. I'm slipping into a quick break on the show.